yesterday. So here's 11.2. It's combining functions, similar to what you guys have done already. Just it might look a little bit different. So here's how we look at this. You have the a squared term, then you have the a term. This is also an a term, and you have the constant term. So here's what I'll do. That top one is a squared minus 2a. And then there's not a constant term. So you can put that plus 0. You don't have to. It really doesn't matter.
Would I have to do that to every problem?
You don't have to. I'm just going to show you multiple ways you can do this. So on the bottom here, there's not an a squared term. But there's a minus 3a, and there's a plus 5. So when you do this, on this one you're adding, because that one has a plus sign. So you're adding all of this. So none of the signs change. Your answer, so a squared plus, so 1a squared plus 0 is just a squared. Negative 3 plus negative 2 is negative 5a. And then 0 plus 5 is 5. So here's the answer to number 1. That's how this works. Yeah. So the tricky thing is, like, see how this is x and this is 4? You can't combine those because they're not like terms. So I think it helps to write it out like this. So here's where it gets a little bit, oh, not yet. Okay, so let me write this out. X plus 0. And then down here you have 0x squared plus 3x plus 4. Okay, so this time you're subtracting. So y'all look at this. This is what makes it different. So when you're subtracting, it's x squared minus 0. That stays the same right here. If negatives mess you up, definitely use the calculator for this. So it's going to be 1 minus 3. So 1 minus 3, positive 1 minus positive 3 is negative 2x. And then 0 minus positive 4 is going to be negative 4. So this is the answer to this one. If that makes sense to you, do it that way. If it doesn't, definitely plug it in the calculator. Let me make sure I did this right. 0 minus, yeah, 1, yeah, that's right. I mean, it gets saying lots of words, not confusing myself a little bit. So you can do these quicker. So like, let me color code these. So there's the x squared, there's the x, and there's the x, and then you're left with this 4 here. So with this one, the x squared doesn't have any terms to combine with, and then the 4 doesn't have any terms to combine with. So those can just come down, but the 2 and the 5, they do go together. So the 2 and the 5, that makes positive 7. So here's the answer to that one. And then the last one, so the n squared doesn't have anything to combine with. Then the 3, it's going to be 3 minus negative 3. So what's happening here is you have 3 minus negative 3. So that's actually going to be 3 plus 3. So that 3 minus negative 3, that's going to be plus 6. And then the n is just by itself in the middle there. So that's number 10 here. So these bottom two, you can do them mentally, or the top two, you can write them out like that. That's 11.2. That's not the